this aura Jimmy G generates. Mm-hmm. It makes players better. What he does makes people better. I mean, evaluate this dude.
Yeah, I think it's just like Tom Brady. Like I said, he runs that system. You can plug in whoever. They get to their spots. He's going to get the ball there. Like you said, that quick release is just crazy. Like it's like he freezes time and throws it and then unfreezes time. It's like so quick.
Are you listening?
Damn. Ronbo Sports here, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. Fam, you know how I love to talk me some 49er football. Appreciate you allowing me to be all up in your face talking 49er football. Fam, the headline reads, I tell you, man, it's getting crazy already. The headline reads, Mr. Smith goes to Washington. Meanwhile, Kirk Cousins gets kicked to the curb. You see, how do I connect that with the 49ers? Fam, remember this time last year exactly? We're heading to the Super Bowl. We waited all through the process. Everybody else has got their head coach already except for us. We're waiting for Kyle Shanahan. This boy knows what he's doing, and I felt like even then that we had the best coach of the crop of coaches that was available last year. So we're waiting, right? There goes Kyle in the Super Bowl. The outcome wasn't cool, but still, Kyle Shanahan's resume speaks for itself. He comes out, and just like he promised, he is keeping his word. He didn't change his mind. He's coming to San Francisco. Him and John Lynch are going to pick up all those broken pieces of 49ers and put them back together like Humpty Dumpty. There's one thing he needs. He's got Garcon, Goodwin, the OW, all those guys. But there's still one thing we need. We want to connect Kyle's golden boy with him, Kirk Cousins. Oh, that's all he needed. And we get him. We're getting ready to contend now. Now, where's the problem? Daniel Snyder hates the Shanahans with such a passion. He wants nothing to do with Kyle, and he hates his dad, and we're not about to get Kirk Cousins out of Washington. There's no way. Oh my God. He's going to franchise. They're going to franchise tag him again. Nobody believed it. Remember, we said there's no way he's going to franchise tag Kirk again. We'll get him. He'll deal. Give him his first round draft pick. And that, that bothered people already. But give him his first round draft pick. When you thought about it at the time, it was a little painful, but we will get our franchise quarterback. Daniel Snyder, man, this dude's hate is bad. He could have used that first round pick to do whatever he wanted to with it. He could have traded for somebody else to get another. He could have done any number of things. But they hate. He's just going to make sure he's going to keep Kirk Cousins away from Kyle Shanahan. Because Kirk's already taken. Daniel can't do anything. Kirk has already told him, I want to go and join the 49ers with my old coach. If I don't go to San Francisco, I'm not going to agree to signing any extensions with any other team. There's Daniel Snyder. Oh, you God, Jesus, Kirk. So he can't make a deal. So what does he do? Tag him. Daniel Snyder's a really sick man. He kept him away through hatred. So 49ers said, we'll wait till July. He's got until then to make a long-term deal with Kirk. If not, we'll move right in. But the thing is, we're going to give him a first-round pick. That's a little too much, right? Because we're talking about number 2 in the draft. We earned that spot. We ain't giving it up, man. Not after a few weeks of thought on that. Okay. Can I now say this? Thank you. Dan Snyder, you sick dude. Thank you for not making that deal. Fam, with that first round pick, number 2 overall, we now realize how serious that was. We kept the pick and we did a number on Chicago. We pick up Solomon T. Now, I don't know how you feel about Solomon T, but we pick him up we fall down. If we didn't get that first round pick, what would we do? Because here's what that means. I don't know, and we'll never know, because they're never going to tell us. I don't know if Solomon was the top priority in that draft, or was it Reuben Foster? Because they hustled back in to get Reuben Foster, but the 49ers were getting greedy. They wanted both. But if they could only get one, which one would it have been? See, I ain't going to try to guess. Because I know Lynch loved him some Reuben Foster, but at the same time, he did like Solomon T. They went to school together. Solomon T's resume fit what we needed. Because if we didn't have T, it looked like we were going to still struggle with the run, right? That was what he was here to address. So the 49ers hustle back in the second round, trade it with the Hawks, and we get back in and we get them both. But if we trade and get the golden boy, Kirk Cousins, it changes the dynamic of everything that took place in the 2017 draft. So we dodged a bullet. And why do I say that? Because what happened next? Who could have seen that coming? Bill Belichick is watching the 49ers stumble around, right? And this is my theory on this, because Belichick made it sound like, well, everybody's making it sound like, Belichick, out of the goodness of his heart, wasn't about to deal Jimmy G to Cleveland because the Browns had already been working on Belichick trying to get G. He told him no. He gets us and says yes. And not even for a first round pick. Give me your second round pick and you got him. What? Go! I'm still thinking though, Belichick's a nice guy maybe, but is he really that nice? He could have did better, but he wasn't going to send Jimmy to Cleveland. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Belichick's a good guy. He gave us Jimmy G. There's no need to say anything more about that. Thank you, Bill Belichick. But, and things didn't happen as they were supposed to. Bill Belichick's now falling down. We won too many games. But look what we got. Jimmy! I'm telling you, I cannot say enough. And people, I do not care about going too far. I love this kid. He does crazy things out there. He makes throws going to his left and right. He feels pressure that we don't even see it coming. Jimmy's already moving, man. This kid is dynamic. He does things that don't make any sense for a kid that's already been in the league and done his experience doesn't figure. So that's why I know this next year, is he gonna do some special things? I am a huge Jimmy G fan. I don't expect anything to go wrong. So, yeah, we did okay. We'll be fine. I'm still bubbling over this because I can't wait. We got a few more months to go. We're gonna build some pieces and get it going, and pretty soon, before you know, we're at OTAs. Hey fam, have you watched the Somethin or Other tour? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? With the host, Dylan. Isn't that show outstanding? I got Dylan. If you have not seen the show, you need to. I got Dylan right here. Let's talk to him right now. Now, fam, as you know, I know you keep saying, hey, Ronbo, man, the season's over, man. What are you doing? Listen, football, 49er football is a way of life. It's not just football. It's an adventure. The Army is nothing. This is 49er football. You check out, man, my man Dylan from Somethin or Other tour.
What's up? How's it going?
Dylan,
there it is.
Dylan, please.
Yeah.
There must be something behind that title, man. Because, I noticed you do a lot of zooming about, and, because I'm checking out your videos. In fact, I was going to check out that Raider video before I left. Because we'll talk about them in a minute. But the thing is, there's Somethin or Other. So you got a plan involved there. What is it, man?
So, the Somethin or Other tour was really originally I was just going to produce the show. I was trying to find a host, and I was like, it's going to be impossible to find someone that wants to do the things I want to do, go to places I want to go, and I can't pay him yet. So I was like, you know what? I hit up my brother, and I was like, we should just start filming our little adventures. And we didn't have a name, and then we always joke, like, what are we going to do? A little Somethin or Other, a little this or that, a little whatever. So that's just how it came about. And my brother was actually the one. He's like, why don't we call it the Somethin or Other tour or whatever? And I was like, let's run with it.
See that, you know what? That's how rock bands and everything. That's how groups start. That's how everything starts off. They were trying to look for something to do, and all of a sudden, well, won't just call it that. See?
Yeah.
And that's catchy. I like it. The Somethin, the other tour. You can catch Dylan. It's his page. Check Dylan out. I saw Dylan's man. I said, look at this dude, man. But Dylan, one thing we got, man, we're family, man. 49ers, man. Dylan's like all over the Bay Area, though, man. Dylan's at the end, watching the Warriors.
Yeah.
Giants fan.
The plan is to eventually have a video. My dream is to have a video at every sports venue, every stadium, every arena, every ballpark. I want to have a video everywhere. That's the ultimate dream.
Thing is, hockey. Are you going to be in the arenas?
Yeah, I did one Sharks game. I'm not a big hockey guy, but I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to get into hockey. I'm trying to get into soccer just because I feel like I'm missing out. You know what I mean? I see all these fans having such a good time.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm a sports fan and I'm just missing out. So I'm trying to get into them, you know. So go Sharks, all local. You know what I mean? So
and they did, and the Sharks are relevant because they did a good job last year. I think they were in the cup. Yeah, they had the cup race last year.
Yeah. The game I went to, they were playing the Capitals, and they were the two best teams in the league at the time. So it was a great game. So
in California, a top hockey team. We ain't got no snow, no ice.
Yeah.
But they still
I'm
play
trying to
great
get
ball.
into it, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, Dylan, I tell you, man, there's something I find annoying, and I got this thing about rival fans. This goes all the way back. God, I can't remember. I must have been about as soon as I could argue. I think it was about 5 or 6 years old. Dudes jumping in my face about their team, and I'm always taking my team real passionate, right? So I'm checking out online, every place else. Man, 49ers, man, y'all won 5 lucky games. Now y'all think y'all is shiznit. What do you mean? How do you luck out and win 5 games?
People are going to discredit, whatever. The thing is, the one thing they do have a point, like it's the end of the season. I get that. Things are slowing down. Some people are adjusting things. There's a lot of things going on at the end of the season. They get that. But other than that, like, come on, the team's been energized. You can see it. You know what I mean? Everyone's excited to be there. Even when they're far out of the playoffs, everyone wanted to be there. Everyone was excited to play. Like, come on, things are looking up, things are trending up. So
that's what I'm talking about.
Just let us get those 5 wins right at the end, right there. Just pat us on the back a little bit.
And that's all I say. A little respect. And also, may I mention that the fact that 5 games in the NFL, I don't care what time of year it is, 5 in a row is tough. You can win 2, 3, and lose definitely. 1, and then win a couple more. Maybe 5 out of 7. That's really considered good. But what I'm saying is this: we played against the Jaguars. We played against also the Titans. Both those teams are playoff teams. Beat them up. I mean, the Jaguars, what you can do what the 49ers did against the Jaguars, man, they wasn't playing the starters, man. They was it.
That's what I'm saying. It's like it's still the NFL. Like, there's no easy games. The Jags were still fighting. Like, it wasn't like they were all just resting their starters. So it's like, give us a little bit of credit. I think people are just scared, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you mentioned that. Because that's what makes me laugh so hard. Because you can tell the dudes is worried, man. Because they've been talking smack all year long. You see them on social media. Man, 49ers, man, y'all is trash, Ronbo, man. Y'all will be relevant in like 23, 20, 25, 23. Everybody's always like way down the road.
Yeah. See, with me, I'm trying to be like super respectful of all the different fan bases, especially when I'm going to the stadium. Yeah. And the thing is, I'm a football fan. I'm a sports fan. So it's like every team, there's something I can respect and admire. There's players I loved growing up. There's like history that I love. If I go to a new stadium, I went to Giants and Mets games in New York last year. And just to see all the old Shea Stadium stuff was like, blew my mind because I grew up watching Darryl Strawberry and all that. So I respect the fan bases. So I try not to trash fan base, except for the Cowboys. That's, forget the Cowboys.
America's team.
they're always going to get it.
And which is good. And that makes you an ambassador of sport, and which is cool. And he's wearing a 49er hat as well. So, thing is, the Giants and Mets, were they fighting? Because the Mets are interesting. Philly and New York, and I understand the Mets, Philly, and a couple other stadiums, you need to be like watching everybody around you because a body can come flying by. They get real emotional, you know.
The thing is, I mean, with the Mets, it's in Queens. You got all the people with the Queens accent. It just automatically sounds a little intimidating. You know what I mean? So it's like they could just be normal ordering a hot dog, and it sounds a little bit like they're tensing up a little bit. But nah, everyone was cool, man. And the thing is, if you go watch my like the heckling in Oakland when I went to the Raiders and Chiefs game, rooting on Alex Smith on Thursday Night Football.
Welcome to the Somethin tour. I'm in Oakland, California for the Chiefs and Raiders. Once again, rooting on Alex Smith. I went to the bathroom, I was taking a piss. They were like, Alex Smith, hurry up. I said, I'm a game manager, I take my time.
You know, I like the back and forth. I like the banter. I like the trash talk. You know what I mean? As long as it's respectful, don't go personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep it on the field. It's fun. Like, so I don't really have an issue, you know?
That's good. You'll be able to getting that out of park. Some people will start to recognize you and say, yo, man.
Yeah.
He cool, man.
Man.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's funny. Like, the thing is, when I went to Oakland, I'm like, man, at the time, the Niners were 0-5 or 0-6. So I was like, I'm an easy target. Like, let's go. Like, give it to me. You know, like, I wanted it to be funny, but I mean, most of them weren't very
amused,
weren't very witty, weren't very clever with their jabs. But it's all right. You know, sometimes if I go to like a Giants and Dodgers game in LA, like I'll get some funny stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
because it's LA. Dylan, I mean, telling you, man, we had a lot of rookies playing football this year for the 49ers. And
Yeah.
I was, honestly, beginning of the season, I was scared because and the thing is, because, you got a bunch of kids out there, they're just coming out of school and jump right on the NFL gridiron. I'm saying, oh, man. But they came up with a show, man. Were you impressed by any of the rookies this year?
For sure. I mean, Witherspoon, you know, like, I'm excited for Colbert. Like pretty much every rookie came to play. It was exciting, and I have to give respect to CJ Beathard. He put it all on the line. He was getting pounded, and he still went out there, kept his head up. Like, I will always respect CJ Beathard for what he did, even though we didn't get the wins. We didn't, we were competitive in every game. So it's like, He needs to get some respect. I know everyone's excited about Jimmy and all that. That's cool. But CJ, we have to give him his respect. He's still an NFL player. He still did way better than all of us.
Yeah, and he'll
give
him
his respect.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. And also CJ was cast out into a situation where suddenly he had to come out there and do what he had to do. And CJ,
that's not easy.
No, and especially when you look at Jimmy G, he's been like 4 years under the tutelage of one of the greatest of all time. So his particular look out of the field is going to be a lot different than CJ because he's got some things to learn, but he's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
CJ is iron. The dude is hardcore tough. I mean, CJ standing there, dudes are coming all over and beating him up.
Yeah.
CJ standing, his eyes are right downfield.
He's standing there, head up. I'll always respect that. I'm trying to turn a new leaf. I don't trash players anymore. If they're not very good, they still made it to the NFL. Like, I'm gonna be empathetic, and he wasn't in a good situation. Very, very seldom do you see a rookie quarterback come in on a terrible team. You know what I mean, and perform. So, I think CJ has a chance to improve and maybe even be a starter sometime down the road.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it. He's got the mechanics, and Kyle Shanahan loves him. And Kyle Shanahan usually has a good eye for quarterbacks. So I'm looking forward to what's next. So we'll see.
Yeah, I am too. And of course, everyone's excited about Reuben Foster. You gotta, you gotta be excited about him. Colbert, Witherspoon, like those are the guys that are exciting me.
Yeah. And did we leave it? Oh, did we leave? You got George Kittle.
Oh yeah, George
CJ's
Kittle.
guy. You got the smallest and quickest dude in the NFL, probably, because I understand he's one of the best guys in the league at running slants. Trent Taylor, what I tell you,
that's what we need. See, the thing is with Jimmy G too. I really think he's a lot like Tom Brady, where it's like we don't really need to go after crazy playmakers. We can plug in someone into the system. If they run their routes right, Jimmy's gonna find someone
and hit him right on the numbers, man.
Exactly.
There it is, right there, man. I keep people say we need to get Allen Robinson. We need to get this. We need to get that. We need a big receiver. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something right now, and I'm trying to prepare people. Listen, Shanahan, I think he's taking a page out of Belichick's book.
Yeah,
he may
he's not going to go
big,
after the big splash.
Yeah, he may go after the tight ends for the big size bodies, but he likes quick, separating wide receivers that could get open, and Jimmy G, boom, right on the number with that quick release.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I think, you know, if someone falls in our lap, if we get a big playmaking receiver, you know, and it's just there for the taking, then sure. But I don't think we should, you know, break the bank trying to get someone in free agency. There's not really a lot of options anyways. You had mentioned free agency, so I looked at the free agent list.
Yeah, it's kind of weak.
It's not the best free agency class this year.
It's true.
I mean, Sammy Watkins, there's like, you know, I wouldn't want to. I think he's going to get overpaid. I like him a lot, but you know, I still think he's going to have one of the top salaries for a wide receiver. I like Albert Wilson in Kansas City. If we could pick him up, that'd be cool. But otherwise, like, we don't really need to go all crazy in free agency.
Agreed, because I tell you, Sammy Watkins, word on the street is he's about to get tagged. So there may be some misconceptions there.
I forgot about that too.
And that's what I said.
So I mean, it's slim pickings. I mean, it's like if we're gonna go for a big name, who is it? I think Jimmy Graham's a free agent. I would want to avoid that. You know what I mean? It's like the only big names I would want the 49ers to sign would be an old backup quarterback, just for the guidance. You know what I mean? If we get a Ryan Fitzpatrick, something like that could help Jimmy G off the bench, like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Other than that, like none of the big names I'm that excited about in free agency.
Yeah. It's always that. And it's going to be better to get those guys out of the draft anyway, because if you draft like they draft, Speaking of, which positional group right now, when you look around the 49ers roster, which positional group do you think they're going to focus on? Because I'm noticing the mocks, they keep guessing. I think Quentin Nelson, I see it on the mock. They said Quentin Nelson is going to go with the 49ers. Then they said, for offensive line, of course. And then, of course, they went Denzel Ward. 49ers apparently need help in the secondary. Today I'm checking out, I see Tremaine Edmonds. I said, you see, this is all guessing, man. There's no science behind this.
There's no exact science behind it. People just guess. But I mean, I'm like old school with it. Like I'm always about building the foundation. So if we're gonna just keep bolstering that O-line, I'm good with that. Like, you know, I think we have a good O-line if they stay healthy, but it's been like a revolving door in a lot of ways. And if we could get, you know, I mean, Staley's getting up there. That always worries me. Every year, you never know when these older guys will fall off a cliff. So I mean, I'm always the type that'll say, go O-line. Go O-line, go defense. You know, it would be nice. It would be nice if either one of the young guys could develop, or if we could draft like a true shutdown corner. Because it's been a while since we really had that. That would be fun. I would like that.
And I'm trying to think of the last because we didn't draft Dion, and that's about the biggest shutdown corner of all time.
I mean, we had we had here and there, we had really good years. Carlos Rogers had that one incredible year. Was that 2011, 2012, one of those years. But, you know, other than that, we haven't had a true shutdown corner in so long. I would like that.
Tell you what, and also it comes from the fact that you mentioned Carlos Rogers. We had the rush from absolute hell back then. That's always makes it easier in the secondary.
Yeah, that was Justin Smith and Alden Smith. The little schemes they would run that was some of the most fun to ever watch football.
It was just me, man. You felt sorry for the other quarterback on it.
It was over as soon as they snapped it. I missed that, man. So that's why I'm always, I'll always say go for the lines, go for the secondary. Like I said in the free agency talk, like don't go for the big splash wide receiver. We don't really need that unless someone phenomenal falls in our lap. But otherwise, I'm always for building up the foundation. I think that's what really wins or sustains sustains success.
I agree with that. Yeah, and Dylan, I want to ask you about it. It's a lingering conversation now because I've started this campaign for Portal Jed York. But were you one of the people that probably didn't appreciate Jed and actually maybe contribute to the funding of that plane flying over Levi Stadium?
I didn't contribute funding to that. I mean, I definitely have criticisms of him, like everyone. But like I said with the players, I've tried not to trash people. I try to like really be empathetic to what they're going through. And I think Jed really thought he was doing the right thing, even though we know now, in hindsight is 2020. And I don't know, I really feel like football fans are so reactionary, and the pendulum swings to whatever narrative. So it's like, who's the demon du jour? Like, who's the bad guy right now? It's like, it'd be Greg Roman, and everything would be blamed on Greg Roman.
Him too.
You know what I mean? A linebacker would drop an interception and be like, Greg Roman. Like, so you know what I mean? Like, I try not to, like, get caught up in that narrative, because sometimes it's like, football fans, we're rambunctious and we're emotional and charged. So sometimes those narratives just go off the rails. So it's like with Jed York, hindsight is 2020. It's easy to sit and tell him what he should do, but we're not really in those meetings. We don't really know what's going on. So I try to be empathetic, that give him the benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Dylan, I'm glad Dylan went in that direction, because I have been tweeting Jed and said, Jed, you're doing a great job here, man. I want to appreciate thank you for actually picking up Kyle Shanahan, and John Lynch was a huge plus, because
I'm so excited about that.
Yeah, so we got to appreciate these things. If you're gonna give him hate when he's messing up, you got to give him love when he's doing well. See, some people let it go.
Exactly. So like I said, a lot of football fans, they ride with the narrative. So who's the bad guy right now? Who's the good, whoever the good guy is the greatest player of all time. You know what I mean? So I try not to get caught up in that. I try my best. Jed York, I don't think he was purposely trying to screw anyone over or anything. I definitely, like I said in my episode, I have criticisms about Levi Stadium. I don't like the way that whole thing went down. I live closer to it than I did Candlestick, and I still wish it was still in the city.
No.
You know what I mean? I don't like that whole thing, but that's pretty much what every team's going towards. So
true.
I can't just point the finger at him.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of teams are moving outside.
The PSLs and and they cater to the corporate interests. You know what I mean? That's why they have the big fancy suite tower, and then everyone else just gets bleachers.
Hot, blazing hot. You can barbecue meat out there on some days, especially early in September. Now, it's hot out there.
It's terrible, man.
But and Jed says he's gonna address that, and he said he's gonna address that, but he couldn't do it during the middle of the season when he said it, and fans were getting all pumped up. Says, when's he supposed to work on it? And that is a multi-purpose venue. He can't just go out there and tell him, "Oh, you guys got to shut this down. I got to build this." So it's going to be a process, and we got to be patient.
It has potential. Like I said in the episode, it finally felt like home. I'm excited about that. I miss Candlestick. Candlestick was my mecca growing up, and I always miss it. But hopefully, we can build some memories at Levi's that really means something. And
I think so. Because it goes to Candlestick. I think it's moved in. As soon as I saw that the 49ers started winning games, I think that may have had to do. Now we get to the playoffs. I think the ghost of Candlestick comes all the way home on us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, I'm excited for that. I think, that's the thing. People said I was crazy before this prior season, or the current season that's wrapping up. I thought the 49ers were going to be fighting for at least the wild card. People were like, no way. And I really think we could have. A lot of those games that were so close.
2 points, 3 points.
Yeah, exactly. We could have swung it, and I kind of had validation once we went on that winning streak, because I was like, see, the team, we're young, but there's talent there, a lot of talent. The staff is finally, a good staff. That's what's cool about having John Lynch, because it's like, even in free agency or throughout the rest of the league, they see it like, oh, that's John Lynch. Like, you know what I mean? When you get a smart, well-respected player like that as a GM, they either fail or they're great. You know what I mean? So it's like when you get like Elway in Denver, it's like people are excited because that's John Elway, and it's like, and he's also smart. He knows the game,
and
so
a
he
Hall
knows
of Famer.
Exactly. And I think John Lynch is very similar, where it's like people get excited just because it's John Lynch, and then they see like, oh, and he really knows his stuff, and I think that gets players excited too. So when you have that, you have a young coach like Shanahan, it's like everyone's excited and everyone plays to their potential. And I'm huge on chemistry, atmosphere, the intangibles. I think it plays a much bigger role than people ever want to give it credit,
Guarantee, I agree. Well, I tell you what. Also, speaking of, let's end this on a good note. We're talking Jimmy G. Dylan, what do you see, man? Because I'm seeing things, and I get carried away with my expectations and my comparisons. Because I've already got him up there with some of the legendary greats. I'm seeing a release that I cannot believe. I'm seeing accuracy that makes no sense to me when you get rid of the ball that quick. And I'm talking receivers are catching the ball. Now, this team was one of the worst teams of the NFL. In fact, I think they were number one at dropping passes. All of a sudden, I got guys out there catching passes. This aura Jimmy G generates, it makes players better. What he does makes people better. I mean, evaluate this dude.
Yeah, I think it's just like Tom Brady. Like I said, he runs that system. You can plug in whoever. They get to their spots. He's going to get the ball there. Like you said, that quick release is just crazy. Like it's like he freezes time and throws it and then unfreezes time. It's like so quick. So I definitely think it's like a Tom Brady situation. I hate to keep saying that because Tom rubs me the wrong way. But
he ain't winning Sunday.
I really think he's cut from that cloud. I hope not, man. Go Eagles, man. So I'm excited, man. He's just that player, and like I said, he brought the energy. He got the excitement back, and those intangibles all started working together. That atmosphere, it felt like a completely different team. And the thing is, ever since the Niners moved to Levi's and everything fell apart, I mean, it's really felt like an expansion team, like in a sad way. You know what I mean? It hasn't really felt like the Niners. It's felt like when the Browns, became the Ravens. They were gone a couple years. They brought them back. That's how it felt. So it's like Jimmy actually finally brought that back where it's like, nah, this is 49ers football. Yeah. And, him and Shanahan, I think that's such a good combo. Ooh, yes. And it's going to be exciting, man. Like I said, they can plug in whoever, and I think they're going to make plays. So
good. And cool. And you're right, because as long as you got Jimmy G there, now you're right. You can plug in any player. He just fits right in the system. And a lot like the model that's been created or has been created out in New England. So I know exactly what you mean. Hey, the Something or Other tour, he's Dylan. He ain't through. Dylan, how many parks? What do you got, like 50, 60 parks and all that? I mean, you got a long way to go before you tour the entire nation especially you're going to do more than one sport.
Yeah. So we're only like 10 in. We're almost done with California. I did a couple out of state. We got actually some trips planned. I can't say where because we're going to do a contest to guess where we're at. But we're going out of state to some new states we've never been to. We already got the plane tickets booked, so pretty excited. It's usually me and my brother, so hopefully, it'll be me and my brother for most of the trips. It's going to be fun, man. I can't wait. And people are clamoring for it. People keep telling me, like, are you going to this game? You going to this game? You doing this? The NFL needs to give me some Super Bowl tickets, man. I'll do the greatest episode ever.
You know what? Build that reputation. I'm telling you, check out the Something or Other tour because Dylan does an awesome job on it. I mean, he's so fun to watch. So check him out. Catch the one at the Levi's Stadium, and he says he's going to do an entire tour of Levi's Stadium.
I'm just waiting for my brothers. My brother lives in Southern California right now, so it's hard for us to link up sometimes. And it's not just football. We do a little bit of everything. We try to. It's something or other, a little something or other. So, but we definitely love our stadiums and ballparks and games. So,
but his heart is still a 49er based heart.
Always.
Dylan, we got to hollow out of here, man. I'm gonna 3, 2, 1.
Niners!
Yeah. Thank you, Dylan. Dylan hosts the Something or Other tour, and you heard what he said. Dylan, this is going to go on for a while. Dylan plans on hitting every park he can, and that could go on for years. Good luck with that, Dylan. And I'll be talking to you, man. Oh, coming up this weekend. Now, first of all, as you know, Red and Gold GM is back in progress. We got Red and Gold GM. It's free agency time right now. This weekend, we will Saturday, 5 p.m. PST. We got a Red and Gold GM. He's going to come in and tell you what he thinks will be the best free agents to add to this team to make us go forward, to beat people up. That'll be this, as I say, 5 p.m. PST. And you can join in. Listen, I tell you what, we're allowed for calls. Get in, ask questions. It's a Q&A when he's through making his presentation. Get the Ronbo Sports app. You're going to need that for so many things anyway. If you don't have the Ronbo Sports app, get the Ronbo Sports app. All my programs are audience interactive. This is why except for this one. This is the only one, but everything else I love for you to participate in. And also, it's Super Bowl weekend. In your face, at your place, game time! Let us all put your hand on the radio, please, and say with me together. Will it please be this year that Tom Terrific is finally brought to a screeching halt before he wins a 6th ring? We don't need it. Don't let it happen. Keep that positive vibe going. We got to push for the Eagles. I love Tom. I really do. He's a Bay Area boy, but he does not need to win 6 rings. We need to be the first team to win 6 to catch up with the Steelers. If Tom's out there already, do you know the pain we've got to endure from fans that are going to be saying, we told you guys, New England Patriots are better, and Tom Brady's better than Joe Montana. So don't even start. Okay. Let me calm down. I tend to work myself up over these matters, as you know. But this is what I don't want to see, so therefore, let's go Eagles, all right? We will have our gathering, of course, right after the game. We'll talk about the Super Bowl, if you like, and anything else 49er related, because that's what we do, fam. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, it's Red Gold Radio. It's just, as I say, all 49ers all the time. Oh, as my boy Sheik would say, please hit that like. I love me some like. Share and subscribe. Let everybody know I'm looking forward to wearing red gold. Fam, count me down.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.